Cryptocurrency, what a wild ride, especially when you see right now Shiba Inu hitting an all-time high as of today, 4442 all-time high. The previous all-time high set back in May of 2021 at a total of 3503. So this is a great day for Shiba Inu holders, but what does this mean for the future? Will there be a big sell-off as we're seeing actually at the recording of this video? Will we see the new all-time high after this all-time high? When is Robinhood listing SHIB? So much more. That's what's going on in today's video. So I got to bring up first, because I know you guys love to hear how I'm doing. A lot of people have asked, hey, have you sold your SHIB yet? Because you're up. I'm like, no, these right here, these are diamond hands, baby. These are diamond hands. So here's what I got going on. Have not sold. I am up 537% as of when I took this screenshot. You can see my average price at 0.0000698. I think that's what it was. But anyway, so we dropped a zero. We're at 4453, up $3,000. That's freaking awesome. But you notice I have not bought since early September. Guys, you buy this stuff when people aren't talking about it. So when people are talking about cryptocurrency like Shiba Inu right now, which is like #1 trending on Twitter, it's like all over the social media everywhere. That is at its all-time high, not only in financials, but also in social media buzz. I buy things when nobody talks about it, and then I ride the wave as it goes up. So that is kind of what my position is, but I might buy some today, which is completely against what I just said, and I'll explain that in just a second. Check this out right here on CoinMarketCap. We are sitting here at 11, spot number 11, which is only 2 away from Dogecoin. Now, keep this in mind for a second. You have a market cap of Shiba Inu of $17 billion. The next step, in order to get to spot number 10 or spot number 9 and beat out Dogecoin, you would have to grow this from 17 to 32 to, look at that, $33 billion market cap. So that's actually going to take a lot of time in order to get that moving, or some of these coins would have to drop their market cap in order to let Shiba Inu rise. But in a video I did actually last week, like 2 weeks ago, somebody was mentioning, hey, you said it was above Litecoin and then it dropped below. You don't know what you're talking about. And it hurts my head when people say that. You got to realize anything in crypto is extremely volatile. It's going to go up, down, and all over the place. Yes, Shiba Inu was above Litecoin. Yes, Shiba Inu is above Litecoin right now, as you can see it right here on the video. But it could easily drop back down below Litecoin. Who cares? The point of the matter is, you got to think to yourself, do you believe in this cryptocurrency? And that brings me to point number 1. If you're investing money right now at the all-time high, you got to get ready to ride the roller coaster all the way down, because anytime something hits an all-time high, there's a natural correction. It's going to go back down. And a lot of people get scared and they sell out. But why are you selling if you bought at an all-time high, which means you're selling for a loss? Why? Why would you do that? Well, it happens because I see a lot of people go in with money they can't afford to lose. So, point check number 1, make sure that if you're going to put any money down, that it is not money that you need for next month's rent or the electric bill or something like that. If you're doing that, you're setting yourself up for a big failure. A lot of people do it because they think, hey, I can turn this $100 into $200 next week because everybody's talking about Shiba Inu. I'm going to be rich and I'm going to sell out and everything's going to be great. But then the reverse happens. It doesn't double in price. It loses its value and becomes like $50 instead of $100. And then they freak out and they call it a big scam. That, to me, is gambling. You're gambling your money away in hopes that it's going to double or 10x in price overnight. No, this is about the long-term hold. I'm going to keep this for a very long time. I'm going to buy a little bit more Shiba Inu a little bit later today, but I'm going to keep that for a long period of time because I know right now I'm going to be buying it at an all-time high, which means I got to wait for the next all-time high. That could happen in 3 months. That could happen in 6 months. I am staying with it. Why? Because I trust in this coin, and I'll explain exactly why in just a moment. Now, those people that keep saying Shiba Inu is going to $1, you got to stop that. You got to put some logic behind this. And in this video, I'm going to give you some awesome tools and some things to think about so you can be a better thought process investor instead of just thinking, oh, it's going to go to $1, I'm going to be a millionaire and everything's going to be great. There's a little bit more to it than that. And I hope this is helpful. I'm going to get right to the point. Smash the like if you like videos that get right to the bloody point. So you have a current price. I typed this in a couple minutes ago. It's current price of Shiba Inu. You got the circulating supply of 394 trillion coins and a market cap of $14 billion. All right. Now, if it gets to $1, I'm going to adjust this green line down below, and this market cap number is going to automatically update. So how that's calculated is you take the current price multiplied by the circulating supply. That's what gives you the market cap. If Shiba Inu would get to $1 per coin, boom, boom. I have to actually expand this Excel spreadsheet. Look at that, $394 trillion. So in order to get to a dollar, if circulating supply does not drop dramatically, and I mean dramatically, that's an impossible market cap. Here's why I say that. If you do a very simple Google search, you do a little bit of research, you can see that the total world supply of money, as of according to this website right here, approximately $40 trillion in world supply circulation. So you mean to tell me that we're going to have a market cap above all of the money circulated in the world? See, that doesn't logically make sense, guys, but not all is lost with Shiba Inu. What we could see, of course, is a reduction of the circulating supply, but I think more realistically, maybe we drop another zero. So this 0.000362 becomes 0.000 maybe 5, right? That, I think, is much more realistic because now we're looking at a market cap of $197 billion. And why I think that is a little bit more realistic is if we go over to CoinMarketCap and we look at what the other coins are doing, we can see there's an opportunity for that. Look at the market cap, $1.1 trillion of Bitcoin. Look at Ethereum, $472 billion. Now, in order for Shiba to have $197 billion, that means it's up here with the big boys. We're talking spot number 3. Realistically, could that happen? Maybe. It maybe could. You can do this calculation yourself. This is simply just taking the current price times some circulating supply. Right up here is the formula that I used. A lot of you were asking me about that on my prior video, but that's what we're going on with. Now, that prior video, by the way, look at the circulating supply of the prior video. Now look at the circulating supply. Check it out. There's a difference. Yes, we're burning coins. We're reducing the supply. And when you reduce the supply, it becomes more valuable. And Shiba Inu, unlike Doge and some other ones, have an auto burn feature. They're actually trying to reduce the circulating supply of Shiba Inu, but they can't just drastically do that. They can't just get rid of all of the circulating supply like that without giving up tons and tons of money. So it's a very complicated thing. I'll do a video in the future on exactly why that doesn't work perfectly, but a small little burn of $1 million or $1 billion or here and there, that's gonna be huge for the price of Shiba Inu coin. But even with it being less than a penny and only 0.005, calculate for yourself how much money you could make, even if you buy today at the all-time high. How much would you make on that? By the way, if you want to get Webull, there's a link down in the description. If you invest $100, your first $100 deposit, they will give you up to 2 free stocks simply for doing that. And you can invest in SHIB just like I did right here. Now, I'm not going to add any more to my Webull account because I'm really liking the fact that I'm sitting here at a plus 537%. But let me actually pull up my Webull account and you can see exactly why I don't really want to buy more on Webull. I am a little bit obsessive about success. It's just how I am, right? Look at this. My current position, that blue line down below, is when I bought Shiba Inu. Look at all this growth. So it's the difference between the blue line and that green line all the way to the top. Now, if I buy more right now, especially at the all-time high, that blue line's naturally gonna move up. It's like the opposite of dollar cost averaging. I love the fact that I can sit here and see such a big gap, and I wanna keep that gap going. Now, if Shiba ever falls below where my position is, then I'll buy back in more because I'm buying the dip. But I don't feel good about this one. So get yourself a Webull account if you don't have one, but I also like Coinbase and I also like BlockFi. I don't actually hold any SHIB in my Coinbase right now. So here's what I'm gonna do for you guys right here live on camera. Remember, not financial advice. This is just something I'm doing because I'm having fun with this. So right now you can see, don't let all this bother you, but you can see the all-time high was up here, it dropped down, and now here we are on this next hour dropping down all the way down to right about there at 32, and now we're all the way up to what, 3867. So let's put $100 down on, actually I'm gonna put all that in there. So 105.14. You can see it's gonna give me 2 million SHIB. I'm gonna get 2.7 million SHIB. Just imagine if I would have bought it back when I bought it on Webull, I would have had so much more than that, but that's okay. So what I wanna do with this one is I'm gonna buy this on Coinbase and we're gonna watch how this goes, because for those of you that bought in at this higher price point, right? The goal will be, I'm gonna put this 105 because I don't really need this money right now. This was, I think I sold some crypto, I paper handed Cardano or something like that, and it's only $100, right? I didn't fully paper hand that, but I had some extra $100. So I don't need that money right now, and I don't care if it goes away. So let's place this buy order and call it a day. Boom, done, there you go. Got some SHIB. So now I have 95 million SHIB over here on Webull, and I got 2 million over there on Coinbase. I think we're gonna be in a settling period for a little while until it lists on Robinhood. And that's the next step we need to talk about is Robinhood listing. Check this out. So change.org has a total of, let me refresh this in fact. Let's see how many signatures we have. Here we go, 303,630. That's how many signatures, and at 500,000 signatures, this petition becomes one of the top signed on change.org. If you're not familiar with change.org, all kinds of petitions on all kinds of different things, and the fact that this is close to being a top signed thing on change.org to list Shiba token on Robinhood, that tells you there's a movement going on. And you know Robinhood is sitting there listening to all this. They're seeing this stuff. Whether this is going to them or not, they're seeing it on Twitter, they're seeing it here, they're seeing it everywhere, and you know that they're talking about it. That's gonna be the next big thing, I think. Because a lot of people use Robinhood. Even though some people hate Robinhood, a lot of people still use that app. And that's gonna be the next wave, because what's gonna happen is it opens up Shiba to a whole new group of people that are excited to get in on it. And I think once that happens, we're gonna see this thing go up to the top. By the way, there's an actual Argentina, we'll just call it Argentina, a real estate company has actually started offering the use of Shiba Inu as a form of payment in Argentina. That's kind of cool. And the more companies adopt cryptocurrency as a means of payment. In fact, I was just at a gas station the other day who mentioned that you can buy gas with some Bitcoin. And I'm like, is that real or is that like an ad for the future? This just doesn't make sense. But that is kind of the stuff to keep an eye on. As things get adopted, as payment methods get adopted, this is what's going to make cryptocurrency a very interesting thing. Whether it's Shiba Inu Coin, Bitcoin, or Litecoin, doesn't really matter what it is. It's about the adoption of these things. So as Shiba Inu becomes more of an actual thing and not just a meme token, because it has a community behind it, it has people and developers that actually care about making this coin something big, it has an auto burn feature, and it has a lot more integrated within the technology of this coin. I think this one is worth at least keeping your eye on. But again, I'm gonna repeat myself one last time. Never invest money that you're not willing to lose. None of this is financial advice, but what do you think is next for Shiba Inu? Is it Robinhood? Or is there gonna be another big spike thanks to some other adoption of this coin, or Elon Musk, or something like that? Comment down below, what are your thoughts on the next all-time high?